This is Singcher from KTS Cellular. You know what's appearing on camera the first time today too? That's right, it's the all-new Samsung Galaxy S21. Here we have the base model S21, the S21 Plus, and finally the big boy right here, the S21 Ultra. And most importantly, you can check out the matte finish on the back of the S21 lineup. So having a matte finish on the back brings in the benefit of it not being a fingerprint magnet. So if you fancy a glass back surface, slapping on the included case shouldn't really matter much anyways. Here, on top of the phone, you can see what I would call the signature Galaxy S21 camera bump. If you can see the metal frame, it's actually an extension of the metal frame over the camera bump, protecting the camera lenses. So if you happen to drop your phone on the pavement or on the road, rest assured that the metal frame is gonna protect your entire camera array. Okay, so what's under the hood? For the S21 and the S21 Plus, we have a 2400 by 1080p Full HD display. And for the S21 Ultra, we have a 3400 by 1440p display. It's all Super AMOLED displays, so it's really vibrant and bright. And it's all also protected by Corning's Gorilla Glass Victus. With an increased peak brightness of up to 1300 nits, and with the added support of HDR10, watching videos on YouTube on these phones just looks so great. Feeling tired? Worry not, the built-in eye comfort shield will reduce the blue light to keep your eyes comfortable. It's worth noting that the screens on the S21 lineup just look so beautifully vivid. Even though on the S21 and the S21 Plus it's only a Full HD Plus display, watching HDR content on them just looks so good, you know what I mean? On the other hand, the S21 lineup also comes with Samsung's latest and greatest Exynos 2100. Now, while in the past you may have heard that its Exynos predecessors weren't quite living up to expectations, but I assure you that this new processor wouldn't let you down anymore. So why is that? Samsung went with ARM's latest core architecture, the Cortex X1 and the Cortex A78 for its performance core clusters, running up to a blazing 2.9 GHz. They are also accompanied by 4 Cortex A55 cores running up to 2.2 GHz for other less demanding tasks. As for the memory options, there's really only one option you get to choose from for the S21 and the S21 Plus. They come with 8GB of LPDDR5 and 256GB of onboard storage. As for the S21 Ultra, you get to choose from 12 or 16GB of system memory and 256 or 512GB of onboard storage. The storage is now upgraded to the Ultra Fast Storage 3.1 standard, which means it's rated for up to triple the times of the older UFS 3.0 standard. Now, what all these nerdy numbers mean? It means Samsung is gearing up for the future. They are making sure that the memory system is up to task for 8K video recordings, Director's View, which is a new feature that allows you to simultaneously record from the front and the rear camera, or full speed downloads sustained at 5G speeds, which obviously all of the S21 models support. On the other hand, they all come standard with Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0. As for the pricier S21 Ultra, as an added bonus, it comes with Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. As for the battery and charging options, we have a 4000 mAh battery on the S21, a 4800 mAh on the S21 Plus, and finally a 5000 mAh on the S21 Ultra. Common to all S21 models, they all support up to 25 watts of fast charging, wireless charging up to 15 watts, and lastly, reverse wireless charging, which you can charge your Galaxy Buds Pro up to 4.5 watts. If you couple the massive batteries on the S21s with its recently introduced battery saving features, the S21 should easily last through your entire day. Also, if you happen to pick up the Phantom Black S21 Plus or the Phantom Black S21 Ultra, and if you enable dark mode, it just completes the looks, kind of like a Batman feel, if you would say.
I'm Batman.
And let's not forget, stereo speakers tuned by AKG, audio output capable of 32-bit and 384 kHz sample rate, and finally, IP68 water resistance rating. They all share the same 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera. The S21 and the S21 Plus also shares the same 64-megapixel telephoto camera with up to 3 times hybrid zoom. And lastly, there's another standard 12-megapixel wide-angle camera that the two of the siblings share. And finally, let's talk about the star of this video, the camera array on the S21 Ultra. Here we have the same 12-megapixel lens found on all the S21 siblings. The telephoto lens right here, capable of up to 3 times optical zoom. The other telephoto camera right here, capable of up to 10 times optical zoom. And lastly, the 108 megapixel wide-angle camera found right here. Though it's the same 108 megapixel lens found on the S20 Ultra, Samsung did make a whole bunch of improvements on the image processing and the software side of things to make better overall pictures. The addition of the zoom lock feature is handy in capturing very far away subjects when space zooming up to 100 times. Since the subject is zoomed in by a huge magnitude and it's really far away, any movements of your hand results in significant movement of the viewfinder. The zoom lock functions to alleviate that concern somewhat by digitally locking into the subject. So, with the stabilizations taking place, your hand's wobbliness is less pronounced. Another notable addition is it now has the capability to record in 12-bit HDR, which is a huge 64 times more color range than normal HDR content. The camera software, the addition of the director's view, allows simultaneous front and rear camera recording. A real neat addition to video recording. So, you can now record your facial expressions with the front camera while giving comments, recording at 4K 60fps of whatever interests you. So, all in all, using the Samsung Galaxy S21 feels like a very polished S20 experience. Samsung did choose to improve and upgrade the majority of the features that makes the S20 good, and it all results in a very functional and nice looking package, the S21. And that concludes what we have for the Galaxy S21. Please like the video if you have enjoyed it, or optionally you can follow us on our YouTube, Facebook or Instagram if you fancy any news on Samsung Galaxy products in the future. Comment down below if you have any thoughts. We'll try to bring you more quality content in the future. Thanks, and I will see you next time.